Greetings, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of Inspirational Spotlight. Today's inspiration is Staceyann Chin, who is an amazing performance artist, phenomenal spoken word poet, and well-known political activist. Staceyann has her roots in Jamaica, and for the first 6 years of her life, she lived in the town of Montego Bay, where she was raised by her grandmother before being sent to live with her aunt and uncle. Now, her Chinese father and her Jamaican mother separated for reasons unknown, abandoned her and her older brother and her younger sister. But despite the poverty she was raised in, she was able to get a college education that qualified her to teach, of all things, biology, chemistry, physics, and math. And then she got her bachelor's arts degree in literature and philosophy. Staceyann shares that going to college in the West Indies provided the opportunity for her to understand herself more, and also gave her a chance to explore her sexuality. It was in college when she came out as a lesbian, and it was in her early 20s when she immigrated to the U.S. And from the time she arrived on the scene, she was all about poetry. As a matter of fact, she started sharing her work at the Inuyorican Cafe, a place that not only reminded her of her home, but also helped her to feel more comfortable with being in America. Her poetry, well, it has the distinction of always questioning the unacceptable acts of injustice. She frequently speaks about the nature of oppression, the need to achieve equality for LGBTQ people, the need to end the systematic racism that disenfranchises people of color. She's also passionate about the need to protect the bodies of women and girls, and is deeply concerned about the unequal distribution of wealth and natural resources, because at the heart of Staceyann's poetry is desire to make the world a better place. But nothing could prepare us for her memoir, The Other Side of Paradise, which is one of my favorite books and was published back in, I think, around about 2010. In this book, Staceyann pens in eloquent prose her life journey and the many experiences that have shaped her into the woman she is now. Her writing is pure prose poetry with gut-wrenching details about her childhood in Jamaica. Once you've read the book, it's easy to see why she is so fiercely independent, outspoken, and driven to be a change agent in the world. She also has several published chapbooks. Her writings have appeared in numerous anthologies. She's graced many stages all over the world. She's been an integral part of Def Jam poetry and endured a revolutionary interview on Oprah Winfrey Show, where she talks about the insidious nature of homophobia in Jamaica. But surprising to everyone, including me, was her public announcement in 2011, where she revealed to the world her choice to have a baby as a single lesbian. And in 2012, she gave birth to a healthy baby girl named Zuri. To earmark this time in her life, she wrote for the Huffington Post a collection of essays about her process with in vitro fertilization, the experiences of her pregnancy, and childbirth. I remember meeting Stacey back in 1999 and 2000 at a poetry reading at the New York Gay and Lesbian Community Center. And we were both amongst a group of poets reading at this event. I don't remember the nature of the event, but it was for women. I distinctly recall noticing Staceyann as a poet like no other. It was as if her poetry possessed her, kind of like a spirit desperately needing a host. And every fiber of her being radiated with infectious energy, and her body pulsated with every enunciated word. The best and only way I can explain it is to compare it to when I was growing up in the church, and when people would get what they call the Holy Ghost, a kind of spiritual infusion of word with the entire body, and something that, well, just can't be controlled. Staceyann reads her poetry as if her life depends on it, as if in order to live, she must speak her truth into the air. And what a complete and utter blessing it is to hear her poetic creations. Staceyann Chin has won numerous awards over the years. She has performed her off-Broadway one-woman show and has conducted writing workshops all over the globe. Staceyann continues to live in Brooklyn, New York with her daughter, and she is working on a new book about mothering and parenting. I'll end this with some of my favorite lines from a poem she wrote called For My Daughter. I can hardly wait to hear your voice, even in opposition to my own. And we should admit early that politics are hard on mothers and daughters. I expect us to rumble, wrestle, create generational bruises that will have to be survived, partake in arguments that will have to be apologized for. I have done my best to name you, in preparation for a road I imagine will look oddly similar, different from mine. Vulnerable, resilient, rock of beauty, reason for love. I hope your name will help you carry justice in your palms Keep your intentions clean with the cloths of warrior women who came ahead of you, ahead of me. Staceyann Chin, today's Inspirational Spotlight.